If you've seen The Karate Kid or The Pursuit of Happiness, then you've seen some of the movies Devon Franklin has produced in Hollywood. In just 15 years, he went from Will Smith's intern to studio VP. Yet along the way, Devon refused to sacrifice his faith. In his book, Produced by Faith, Devon uses the filmmaking process as his script for success.
Don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something.
And shows us how we can write a blockbuster screenplay for our own lives.
Well, Devon Franklin is also the author of the new book, Produced by Faith. Enjoy real success without losing your true self. We welcome you to the 700 Club. It's great to have you here.
Glad to be here, Terry.
Tell me a little bit about Jumping the Broom. It's so successful.
Yes, I mean, we were so excited about this movie, the #1 comedy in America, about two different families. One's upper class, one's working class, and they come together and meet for the first time at a wedding on Martha's Vineyard. And this film, you know, not only will it make you laugh, it'll make you cry. It's a great family film filled with themes that we love. I mean, the bride and groom decide that they're not going to consummate the relationship until marriage.
Wow.
You know, so we were able to take a entertaining film, but still infuse it with themes that we believe in virtues and values that we hold true.
Good for you. Not an easy thing to do in the business that you're in today.
Not easy.
Refreshing. Can I say that? Can I say that?
Thank you.
Well, earlier this week, I understand that you bought the film rights to the book. It's called Heaven is for Real.
Yes.
What was it about that intrigued you, that made you say, I want this?
That story of Colton, when you read that book, you can't help but be compelled by what he saw. And seeing it and being compelled by that message, it just read cinematic. And it was a book that we had to get, and we are so excited about bringing that movie to the screen. You know, and bringing that book to the screen.
We did a feature on that particular book, and we'd like to share a brief clip with people so they can just get a little taste of what's to come in the movie.
Sure.
Take a look.
Jesus and some angels came and flew me up to heaven. I knew that the first person I saw was Jesus. He was wearing white robes with a purple sash, and he just came down nicely and gracefully.
Well, Dad, Jesus has markers. Dad, Jesus has markers. I didn't know what he meant. So I finally asked the right question. Colton, where are Jesus' markers? And he drops his toys down, and he stands up, and he just points, Dad, they were right here. He takes his fingers, points to the palms, then he bends over and touches the tops of his feet and looks up to me, and that's where Jesus' markers were, Dad.
Out of the mouths of babes.
Yes.
Boy, that's going to be something. When do you think that'll be
ready
to roll?
We just closed the deal on the book, right? So we're going to hire a writer, and we actually are going to go meet with the Burpos in a few weeks. You know, so our hope is it'll happen as soon as possible. We're at the very infant stages right now, but very, very excited about the
innocence of that child. It's just really remarkable.
Absolutely.
Well, you do something that's practically unheard of in Hollywood. I understand that. Is it one day a week you turn your BlackBerry off?
Yes,
really?
I do. Yes, there's a function on your BlackBerry where you can turn off your email. So I do that every Friday night sundown and Saturday night sundown.
Now, what made you do that?
You know, I was raised observing the Sabbath. I've done it my entire life, and it's something that I just believe in. And it wasn't something I was willing to compromise, even in going to Hollywood. Yeah. So from the first job that I ever took, I let them know, listen, part of my faith is this Sabbath observance, and if it requires me to not observe Sabbath and take this job, then I can't accept the job. And I've done that with every job that I've been presented with in Hollywood. And believe it or not, people are saying, okay, they accept it, you know. And once you have a principle, you don't compromise on it, it actually becomes not that hard to continue doing it.
You know, there are a lot of people who would say you can't be a Christian and work in Hollywood, but you say that it actually gives you a competitive edge. What do you mean by that?
What I mean by that is that I wake up in the morning, I'm empowered because I understand what my purpose is. I know God is on my side. If God is for me, who can be against me? So I can go into the office with purpose. I can go into the office empowered, and I can go into the office knowing that whatever challenges I face, God is on my side. And also, it humbles me, because I understand that I'm in a position of service. I'm not there just to make, you know, great movies, while that's part of it, but I am there to be a representative, and I am there to show others the love of Christ.
Well, and you have such an opportunity, Devon, to really influence the culture with what you're doing in a positive way. I think that's very, very exciting. You had a pretty fast rise up the ladder once that rise started, but it wasn't always like that.
No,
I mean, you had to wait. Yeah. Were you always sure that you were where God wanted you to be?
No. I mean, there were times where I literally struggled with it. I think we all have these moments where we struggle with our purpose, and we struggle with what is our destiny? Why were we created? And there was a moment in my career, a very pivotal moment, where I was an assistant and I was looking to make that next leap to executive, which is the hardest leap to make in Hollywood. And I had that long, dark night of the soul where I literally had to cry out to God. One day while I was on the job, I went into the bathroom and I had to cry out and say, God, what are you doing? I need you to move on this job. Are you still here? Do you still believe me? Do you still listen? Do you still have a plan for my future? And coming out of that one-on-one with God, He moved in my career in a way that blew my mind. I ended up having to step out on faith. I put in my 2-week notice without having a job. And on my first day of unemployment, God blessed me with my first executive position in Hollywood. And He let me know early in my career, it wouldn't be about me having a relationship with the biggest movie star in the world, or the biggest producer, or the biggest agent. It would be about me having a relationship with the God of the universe. And if I would keep my relationship with Him first, there's nothing that He wouldn't do.
You say in the book that our faith walk is similar to making a film.
Yes.
In what way?
Because what I love about this idea, produced by faith, we all want to get in production in our career.
Yeah.
But sometimes we're not in production because we have to go through more development. Every movie you see went through development first, then production, then distribution. God has the same plan for our life. Right now, He is helping us write our script. He's trying to direct our movie. But sometimes we think we know better. Yeah. And we say, God, no, I got it. But if we sit back and let Him develop us, get us ready for production, He has a distribution plan that will blow our minds. That's how I look at our life as being a movie. And that idea and that perspective has encouraged me. Because there are days when literally I'm at my office and I'm like, I'm giving up because I don't see what God is doing. But when I step back and realize it's only one scene in my movie, I better not give up hope and I better not write His name off my script.
And He's never done.
No, that's right. He's never done. That's right.
We want to thank you for being with us. I want to mention to you again, the book is called Produced by Faith. This is available in stores nationwide. If you'd like more with Devon Franklin, tune into tomorrow's episode of the 700 Club Interactive Show for the sequel to this interview. He's going to be telling us about what goes into the production of a major motion picture. God bless you and thank you.
Thank you so much.